Good day, everyone. My name is Patty Bryan. Welcome to my new show, From the Merc, a show about events and showcasing the talents of the people who live in and around the most beautiful city in Missouri, Herman. Today, we're going to talk about events coming up this weekend, and we'll meet our co-host, so come back after these very short messages. McKittrick Farmers Mercantile. Local Foods Weekend Restaurant and Market. Banquet and Luncheon Hall. Entertainment venue and local education classes. www.themerc.com. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. I would like to introduce my co-host for today, crooner and expert on music from the 20s and 30s, Ron Youngman.
Well, thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm fine, and it's a gorgeous day.
It is.
The sun is out, and I understand we can have a little weather forecast. It's supposed to get warmer.
Yay, warmer.
Yeah, no hauling wood in. Yes.
Yes, oh, for sure.
I hope.
Well, before we get to our events, since this is our first show, I want to talk a little bit about where we are. This is the Herman Farmers Mercantile, commonly known as the Merc. It's a weekend restaurant serving local foods, some local foods market, a venue for banquets and luncheons, and also a classroom. So if you are interested in their events or the classes coming up, I have one coming up later this month.
Excellent.
Check out their website at www.themerc.com. Our events in the Herman, Rhineland, Big Spring, McKittrick, New Haven, Montgomery City, and Chamois areas are of interest to us. If you'd like your event listed, please send an email to fromthemerc@gmail.com. No guarantees we'll post it or talk about it. It depends on how many activities are around and which ones have the broadest appeal. We also are looking for advertisers, so you can either contact us at the same email or we're partnering with County News Live, so you can get a hold of Jeff Nodell. Ron, would you like to read our first event?
Certainly. The Herman Wedding Trail will be held Saturday, January the 12th, from 11:30 to 3:30 p.m., and it is a wonderful opportunity for engaged couples and their families to see what Herman has to offer. Spectacular wine country, as we all know, and a
Yes.
great spectacular wine country wedding can be
yes.
had here. Herman's become a very popular wedding destination. I just learned that, and I think that's wonderful.
Isn't it
I
neat?
do,
Yeah.
that's really nice. So we'd like to welcome all brides
Yes,
to our
welcome all
area,
you brides.
please.
Calm down, it'll be okay.
Okay.
Another event held this weekend will be the Mouse Races, presented by Herman Fire Company Number 1. And this is also Saturday, January the 12th, at Firehouse Number 1 on 224 East 2nd. Doors will open at 6:30. Admission's only $10. Food will be available, but you must be 21 to attend. More information will be available on County News Live.
I should bring my own mouse?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, all right. I'll go out and see if I can't rattle some of them up somewhere. Round them up, that's it. Mouse races.
Mouse Roundup.
Mouse roundup.
Well, we're going to take a little break right now, and we'll come back and talk to Ron Youngman about music of the 20s and 30s, which is making a comeback because of the HBO show Boardwalk Empire. Right back. Thanks for coming back. Ron Youngman is the closest thing to an expert in the area on the subject of music and entertainers of the 20s and 30s. Ron, how did you begin your fascination with this genre of music?
Well, I think it started before I was actually born, because my grandmother was a flapper and in the 20s, and she collected all of the music that she really liked, loved to dance. And of course, that was it. The 20s was Black Bottoms and
yeah.
Charlestons and all kinds of great things. And so she would play that, I guess, while my mom was carrying me. And the next thing I knew, I just popped out doing the Charleston. So that was it. And I've loved it ever since. I like the music that I was part of, my time. But for some reason, there's something so joyful about the music of the 20s, all that syncopation and jazz and great personalities. So I just grew up with it and started really investigating as I got older. And I'm still learning about people and where they were and what they did. And I had a friend in college, her father played in a band in Cleveland in the 20s. And one day her sister gave me one of the records that they made on a Columbia. And I thought, wow, this is neat. Now I'm even getting a real personal touch, So
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, fun.
Well, who are some of your favorites?
Well, I guess I like to sing. So one of my very first favorites, or maybe one of the first vocalists I remember hearing, was Al Jolson. And Al Jolson was quite a character. He and his brother actually left home about 2 or 3 times to do the vaudeville thing. They wanted to do it. His father was an Orthodox cantor and wasn't too happy about it all, music, that kind of thing. But Al Jolson persisted, and gosh, he was in the minstrel things. And by the time the teens came around, he was a star. And he was only, I guess he was about 30 in the 1915, 1913. And the whole thing just was, he was a natural. If you went to a show on Broadway, the Schubert Theater when he was performing, or the Winter Garden, he might stop the show in the middle of the show. He might just say, that's it. You know what? Talking to the audience. How'd you like it if I just sang some songs for you? We'll let the boys and the girls in the chorus sit down here and the other stars and go home. And we'll just have some music. And by gosh, they wanted it. And he would stay sometimes at an evening show till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and so would the audience.
Wow.
Which was amazing. He had a magnetic, I guess, a personality. So it's hard to tell in the old recordings. But on the newer ones, his voice had mellowed and deepened. You still get that feeling, he was just in touch. Mm-hmm. Very nice. So he was one of my first big stars that I, enjoyed.
Shall we listen to a clip of one of his songs?
Let's do. In 1926, he did a great recording of When the Red, Red Robin Comes Bobbing Along.
Let's have a listen.
Good.
What if I've been unlucky? Really, I ain't got a thing. There's a time I always feel happy as a king. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun.
The next person that I think was a big influence was a fellow named Jellyroll Morton. And he was born Joseph Ferdinand Lamoth. But somewhere along the line, he became Jellyroll Morton. And he was the first person around 1902 to actually notate jazz.
Wow.
Now, he didn't orchestrate then, but he was the first person to write that kind of thing down because he was a piano player. And what we're going to listen to today was a little bit later in his career. He had a group that Victor had started recording black artists. And they put them on what they called their race label, which had different numbers, different time, folks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Jellyroll got together a group of remarkably fine musicians, New Orleans group, called the Red Hot Peppers. Jellyroll Morton and his Red Hot Peppers. And believe me, they were. The song we're going to do today is a little thing called The Jungle Blues. And I just love a gong. And there's this use of the gong in this song, and it's just incredible. So we'll give a listen to this Jungle Blues.
Yeah, here it comes.
Another favorite of mine, also from that same era, is Sophie Kalish. Now, most people don't know that, but she was lived in Connecticut. There are parents who had come from Eastern Europe, established a restaurant, and as a young girl, she would go from table to table singing songs for like a nickel, and she got good, and they liked it. And in the meantime, she married a guy. It lasted about a year. That was that. But she took his last name, added an ER to it, and we know her as Sophie Tucker.
Yes.
And in 1911, her maid, our dresser, came into the room and dressing room and said, "Now, Sophie, there's a young man's been sitting out here for a long time. And what, you're going to be too good to listen to this song he's brought you?" So she kind of said, no. So she let the fellow in, and he put the song down on the table, and she looked at it and hummed it in her head. And the next thing she knew, it was her song. And it became not only her song, but it also became the title of her autobiography, and it was Some of These Days.
Oh, yes.
And I met Sophie briefly way back in the early 60s at the Chase Hotel. I think she was playing upstairs in the Starlight Room, they called it, and got invited back to her apartment and had a little chat. I really didn't know who I was talking to. I was just a young guy, but eventually it dawned on me that I'd actually been in the presence of
Greatness.
one of the greats. Yeah. So we're going to listen to her theme song, Some of These Days.
Ah, yes.
Some of these days you'll be so lonely. Some of these days you'll miss me, honey. You'll miss my hugging. You're gonna miss my kissing. You're gonna miss me, honey, when I'm far away. I feel so lonely.
Well, gosh, Ron, this has really been interesting today.
Well,
We've learned so much. We'll have to have you back again.
If I could bring my orthophonic Victrola,
Oh, my.
I'd drag it over, but it weighs about 400 pounds.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm having problems with pieces of twigs and limbs in the furnace, so it will not be the credenza orthophonic Victrola, but yeah, someday maybe.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, we'll have you back again.
Okay.
And listen to some more great stuff from the 20s
Thank
and
you.
30s.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I enjoy it so much. It's fun to be here.
Thanks a lot, Ron.
Thank you.
By the way, Ron is quite an entertainer himself. He's going to be appearing here at the Merc for Valentine's Day, Saturday, February the 16th.
16th, yes. Lots
And-
of romantic songs.
Yes, I was going to say, I'll bet you'll be doing the romantic ones.
Of course.
And you can see some of his other appearances on his website, www.roseandoldgold.com. He's also available for parties and other appearances. Let's take our final break, and we'll come back with our feature of the week. We're back. I probably should explain this part of the show a little bit. What I plan to do here is rotate things like photographs, people around Herman, a lot of talented photographers, and I'm sure they'll be sending me some photos, some jokes, clean only, please, favorite recipes, or pets needing adoption. And each episode, one of our sponsors will provide a little prize for whoever's little feature piece gets picked. Whoever's piece gets selected. On our Facebook page from the Merc, you can like us to see what next week's feature will be.
Oh.
And send in your feature entries to fromthemerc@gmail.com. This week, we will feature Mr., who is a miniature pinscher up for adoption at Masses Creek Animal. Oh, isn't he a doll? He's so cute. He's a 3-year-old male and has a beautiful coat. He weighs about 15 pounds. Mr. is very energetic and has a lot of personality, but would make someone a great pet. He's up to date on his shots, microchipped and neutered. Please email Masses Creek Companion Animals at info@mccompanionanimals.com, and let's give this guy a great new home, shall we? I want to tell you that the shelter is now at capacity with lots of great pets like Mister. So if you're looking for a new forever friend, just give them a call or visit their website at www.mccompanionanimals.com. And, well, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to send in your events and entries for the feature. My thanks to Ron Youngman for
Thank
being
you.
my co-host, to the
Thank
McKittrick Farmers Mercantile for hosting our little show, and my studio audience.
Yay! Yay, studio audience.
Please tell your friends about us. Bye now, till next time.
Bye-bye.